You know what's so elegant about this little game, Jake? Nobody knows where the enemy is. If you try to destroy him to save them, they'll destroy you to save him. Ah, it's beautiful, man.
A few of them tried stupid mating attacks. But I took care of them. This boy, Charles Levy, he was supposed to be the best. I had his pieces tied up in 15 moves. I mated him in 6 more with a knight-rook combination. Mr. Gans told me I beat them all in 1 hour and 20 minutes. It felt good. I've never won anything before.
Suave.
Now, what I'm about to show you is a series of events. I will show you the moving of the chess pieces that leads to the ultimate checkmate. Those who deem themselves as elites move off strategy, and those they suppress, over time, learn to make their moves off love, by way of God's word. Love will always overcome strategy, because there's a such thing as being over-strategic, but you can never have too much love. You, as a people, have been poisoned, but you have become so consumed with materials, notoriety, and public perception that you allowed your government, in the midst of this war, to psychologically and physically bomb you. But you accepted it when they blamed it on Charlie, aka China.
It wasn't until Charlie rigged the bridge with plastic explosive. All of a sudden, Charlie was all over the place. Just me and my sidearm. Bam! I saw what you did to my friend! Bam! Major! Bam! Hello, Miss Walburn.
The first pawn they pushed was R. Kelly, celebrity puppet. March 8, 2019, interview with Gayle. Almost 10 months before the word COVID would be heard nationally, he endorsed the eating at McDonald's. The setup for the checkmate began.
Here's the deal. So I was very hungry. I went by myself for the first time to McDonald's. Didn't know what I was doing.
3 weeks ago was the first time you went to McDonald's by
Absolutely.
yourself?
By myself.
I mean, and you're just sort of yucking it up at McDonald's. I just think, considering the seriousness of the charge, I just wouldn't think you'd go and hang at McDonald's. Is it just me?
Listen to me clear.
I'm listening.
Okay. You ever been in McDonald's?
No, I can honestly say I've never been to McDonald's.
My favorite restaurant, okay, is McDonald's.
Yeah.
I love McDonald's. So when it comes to that McDonald's, because I love my mom, that M stands for mom.
Okay.
I had my hoodie on. I went to McDonald's. I said, I'm going to get me a Big Mac, a fry, and a Coke. And I ate.
Yeah.
What is the crime in that? That's my story today.
For a few to be immortal, many must die. You really don't know, do you? Everyone can't live forever. Where would we put them? Why do you think there are time zones? Why do you think taxes and prices go up the same day in the ghetto? The cost of living keeps rising to make sure people keep dying.
It creates the architecture that allows us to finally start dealing with this problem in a serious way.
Suave.
You know what's so elegant about this little game, Jake? Nobody knows where the enemy is.
And those they suppress, over time, learn to make their moves off love, by way of God's word.
A huge portion of the world's population lives near oceans. Lives near oceans.
For a few to be immortal, many must die.
You see, the game is, you pay the puppet who has influence. Everyone idolizing the puppet will do as the puppet do. If the puppet eats a doodle sandwich, his fans will eat a doodle sandwich. If the puppet jumps off a bridge, his fans will contemplate the same. Stardom is only given to push narratives and sell brands. In this case, R. Kelly's stardom was used to jumpstart the poisoning of the people.
I want a cookie. Ain't got none. I want a cookie, yeah. I want a cookie.
Just like YouTube picks who they want to be a puppet or star, and if they give you them subscribers and you sign that contract, if they tell you to go out and sell razors and mouthwash, you better do it.
Yo, I walk around so fresh, so clean, trimmed up goatee, looking mean. Not a speck of hair on the baldy bean, looking all like pre-quarantine. Is it the barber shop? Nah, man, it's Manscaped. With this lawnmower, man, I landscape.
Why do you think Donald Trump's entire life has been centered and paraded around fast food? Because once they pushed him as a pawn into the office, the poison would come through what he's been marketing to you this entire time.
Served by President Trump at the White House for the national champion Clemson University football team.
We have pizzas, we have 300 hamburgers, many French fries.
A little after R. Kelly, they moved a pawn by the name of Pastor Shep Crawford. While he was being viewed by millions during the so-called Nipsey Hussle memorial service, he coerced you to eat at McDonald's as well. So if the first pawn Kelly didn't get you, then they figured Pastor Crawford will. If you don't believe that he was a pawn moved to subjectively program you to willingly intake poison, then you tell me, what does Nipsey's so-called death have to do with the stinking old McDonald's? Checkmate.
He reminds me of McDonald's. If you notice, McDonald's never ever go after another burger place, but other burger places come after McDonald's. You notice, you'll never see a commercial where McDonald's have to say that they're better than anybody. But everybody come after McDonald's, so everybody come after their burgers. So they get the Big Carl, the Big King, the Big Jack, and they're trying to get like the Big Mac. But what they don't know is, Carl's Jr., you already have a great burger. It's not, we don't go to McDonald's for their burgers. We go to McDonald's because of their fries. I wish I had somebody who would admit, you don't go there smelling burgers. You smell fries. And so we go to McDonald's because they have the full package. And that's what Nipsey did. He wasn't just a rapper. The rapper is the burger.
Now, since they done groomed you a little bit, it's time to line up and eat.
After you bag it up, don't push me.
This was just the latest in a string of violent incidents at Popeye's locations since the re-release of their spicy chicken sandwich.
And since they already programmed you with back-to-back viral challenges, it was nothing to get you to follow the leader and kill yourself. And don't forget, it's never an inside job. It's always Charlie.
Until Charlie rigged the bridge with plastic explosive. All of a sudden, Charlie was all over the place. Just me and my sidearm.
Those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish.
Bam! I saw what you did to my friend! Bam! Major!
The LGBT movement then put the strong arm on Chick-fil-A, made them get down and lay down, put so much pressure on them, they got down with the get down. They said, bump your Christian values. That's if they even had any to begin with. Chick-fil-A, you gonna get down with this death and poisoning and depopulation too. Now ask yourself, why did they play dead outside of Chick-fil-A if death wasn't soon to come from Chick-fil-A? Checkmate.
If you try to destroy him to save them, they'll destroy you to save him.
Listen to me clear.
I'm listening.
Okay. You ever been in McDonald's?
No, I can honestly say I've never been to McDonald's.
He reminds me of McDonald's.
Since the re-release of their spicy chicken sandwich,
We have pizzas, we have 300 hamburgers, many French fries.
It wasn't until Charlie rigged the bridge with plastic explosive.
Why do you think there are times zones?
The next pawns they pushed were the Z-Class YouTube puppets. Yeah, they got the email that told them to promote to in order to keep that beast system platform that they've been awarded. And guess what? They promoted. Marcus put on the Thanos glove and ate one. Thanos sacrificed his daughter in the movie, so Marcus was showing the so-called elites the sign of death by way of the fast food, meaning, I'm down with y'all. Men of God don't follow trends, they follow Christ. That's guaranteed. And David Lynn also ate one for the first time in his life. Why? Because they told him to. Checkmate.
This is Pastor David Lynn, and I had for the first time a Chick-fil-A.
Why wasn't the low-ranked YouTubers doing it? And if they did, why didn't they get as many views? Because the charter and reward went out to the ones with the most influence, aka the ones who were given the most influence or the ones who sold out. Rules of war. If you want a lot of casualties, you drop the bombs in the areas of the most civilians. This is war. More so spiritual than anything. And you might be like, Chosen, you contradicting yourself. Why would they eat the poison if they promoting it? Ha ha. Ha ha.
All right, I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha. Aha.
Charlie rigged the bridge with plastic explosive.
Now, if you didn't hear R. Kelly, Pastor Crawford, Trump, the Z-list YouTubers, then maybe you'll eat it if Kanye program it in your mind.
Closed on Sunday. You my Chick-fil-A. You're my number one. With the lemonade.
Okay. Now, ain't that some type of comparison right there, right? 1992 here. Sometime in 1992, a World Health Organization scientist in Beijing, there we go again, China, right? What's the odds? Identified a strain of human influenza virus never seen before. Within days, it was duly noted by international health bodies and dubbed Type A Beijing flu. To no one's surprise, Beijing flu soon began showing up in the United States. See, if you live long enough, you'll see this stuff come around once again. It'll boomerang right back around. So, 1992. Now you see Travis Scott face here, right? And Michael Jordan. They're the only two faces that they put as the brand of McDonald's. Now, what is the odds around the time that they put Travis Scott as the brand, people bodies start dropping like flies? And back in 92, when they put Michael Jordan as the brand, bodies start dropping like flies. And it's supposed to be around Travis Scott time, a disease from Wuhan, and then around Michael Jordan time, a disease from Beijing, both China.
What's up, world? Yeah, you. I'm Travis Scott. This is my McDonald's order. Follow me.
But what they want the most is a McJordan special. It's back in town. Cause when you got the right recipe, gonna R-E-P-E-A-T. The McJordan special is back in town.
For a limited time, get this button free with a McJordan special combo.
One, as it marks the first time that a celebrity's name has been featured on the McDonald's menu since 1992 with Michael Jordan. So, Michael Jordan, 1992, the outbreak or the influenza virus, 1992 to 1993, Michael Jordan's face was on that. All right, people body dropping like flies, and then we go here, boom, Jordan's flu game. They got shoes that's called the Flu Game Retros, going for $470. Now, what would be the odds? And he acted like he had the flu during the game. You see how he's all leaning over and stuff? That's all act, man. See, the stage is already set right now, too, for this shebang that's finna go out this time as well. So, I have to ask people this right here. If you disagree with what the Lord showed me by way of the Spirit, then you tell me why the bodies are dropping.
All right, thanks, Marv. At 3:30 this morning, Michael Jordan woke up with flu-like symptoms.
At 3:30 this morning, y'all, he had flu-like symptoms, y'all, while standing next to number 33. How ironic.
He had a stomachache and a headache, and he couldn't go back to sleep. He threw up all night.
He threw up all night, y'all, and stayed up all night, too. Still got throw up on his breath right now, y'all.
And as reported earlier, he missed the shoot-around, but he was in bed all day.
He missed the shoot-around. He didn't even get to warm up, y'all. And did I mention he threw up all night, too, y'all? but somehow he masonically woke up at 3:30 on the dot.
And continued to throw up. As a matter of fact, he got in here early. When I went to talk to him back in the back room, he was in a dark room trying to get some rest.
Oh yeah, he was in a dark room, y'all.
But still throwing up. And Marv, I talked to him, I said, how do you feel? He said, I really feel horrible. But his history in games where he's either been hurt or sick has been bad news for the opponent.
The opponents get the worst beat down, the worst Michael Jordan feel, y'all. Don't y'all see the script? I'm telling you, I never seen a sick person move so well, man. Didn't he throw up all night? When he in a dark room, barely got sleep, scratching and itching? The only sick people are the ones who think he's sick. The flu hit the slavery breeding grounds the same year McDonald's made him the face. And then at the eclipse of the flu, he got a flu game? It's only the reward for the slaughter, y'all. Yeah, he looks sick to me. Look at him. He look real sick. Instead of Gatorade, get that man some Pepto-Bismol on the bench. Wait. Why didn't the other players get sick this game? Wasn't his sweat and saliva from sticking his tongue out the whole game flying everywhere? I tell you, man, they kill you and then they mock you in this country. They nothing but gangsters. Look at how he acting on that bench, y'all. Look just like he did in Space Jam.
Love you. Bye. It's open! Come on, Michael, it's game time. Get your Hanes on, lace up your Nikes, grab your Wheaties and your Gatorade, and we'll pick up a Big Mac on the way to the ballpark. Now we...
Remember I told y'all too, they had, in order to create a disease that's powerful enough to knock down human beings or to alter them and make them really sick, you have to harness the disease and you have to have a host. All right, and you have to make that disease stronger by transferring it to more healthier hosts. And the Lord basically gave it to me that they did it in deer, man. Now, look at this. China bans wild animal trade until coronavirus epidemic is eliminated. Wild game. Now, let's go down here. China banned the trade of wild animals on Sunday until the coronavirus epidemic has been eliminated across the country. After evidence emerged that the disease was transmitted to humans through a market in the city of Wuhan that traded in what? Game meat. This is what they did. They harnessed the disease. You see this right here? Now they got everything down here but a deer. They got rabbit and everything down here. All these wild animals, trying to see which one was. You got all the wild animals and all the wild game except for the right one, man. They're not gonna put the right one out there. They're gonna show you what they want to show you. I thought this was just 1,000, with all the stores combined, but I'm like, hold up, let me see. You go down here and say they sold 1,000 chicken sandwiches per store every day. That was a lot of chicken sandwiches flying out the door, man. You know what I'm saying? And depending on people's immune systems and depending on how much they intake. Now, think about the Exodus story. I don't want to say Exodus story, but think about the Exodus event that really happened in the Bible. When they got tired of the manna that was dropping from the sky and they started to stack up quails beside their tent or wherever they was residing at, they was going out, gathering in and stacking them up more and more. So probably the more you ate, the more sick that you got. Booming. But remember we was talking about they did all the challenges prior to that so you could follow the leader, so it would be very easy for you to just fall in line. Now you wonder why too they got all these rappers behind all these fast food chains, even Bone Thugs and Harmony behind Buffalo Wild Wings. You know what I'm saying? Boneless Thugs and Harmony, that's what they call themselves, right? Then you got the Migos right here behind Popeyes. You see, the stage is set, man. The stage is set. Why he got his hand right there like shh? Because some know and some don't. And I was going through Travis Scott lyrics. He talking about just throwing a stack. A stack is $1,000. Throwing that on the Bible, right? If you go through Travis Scott lyrics, man, he blasphemes the word of God. You understand what I'm saying? And supposedly one of the #1 food chains is now having him as their face. Come on, man. What kind of land we live in, man?
So yes, this is the Air Jordan 12 flu game. Now, flu game. Let's talk about that. Originally, it was suspected that Michael Jordan had the flu. However, there's a little more to this story. Jordan's personal trainer, a guy named Tim Grover, says that, in fact, Jordan didn't actually have the flu, but had food poisoning. So this is how the story goes. So Jordan and a couple of guys were in his room. It was after 9 o'clock. They were in Utah. Utah had beat them the past 2 games, so the series was tied 2-2 in the NBA Finals, and they decided to order some food. Food service wasn't open past 9 p.m., and it was past 9 when they ordered food, so they ordered pizza. Now, here's the tricky part. According to Tim, when the pizza came, 5 guys delivered the pizza, and of all the guys in the room, no one ate the pizza but Michael Jordan.
Suave.
Until Charlie rigged the bridge with plastic explosive.
Cause I love my mom. That M stands for mom.
For a few to be immortal, many must die.
When I find myself in times of trouble, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
One fast food chain telling you to order from another one. Not just telling you to order from another one, but check this out. They said, we never thought we'd be asking you to do this. Just like we never thought we would be encouraging you to order from KFC, Subway, Domino's. Before I go any further, these people are showing you their hand without showing you their hand, y'all. What? Doctors and nurses will be forced to choose which patients to treat, who would get oxygen and who wouldn't, who would live and who would die. And you wonder why this joker right here was doing fast food commercials ever since he came out. He's an actor. This is an actor. Visa card commercials, sitcoms, fast food commercials. And he's still acting right now every time you get in front of the podium. In this joker right here. Look at this. Look at this. You never seen it before, huh? You never thought you would say 2020. He right there. He right there, right by the Chick-fil-A sign, y'all. You see that? And they always have him in the picture like they're eating it. Like, who cuts their chicken sandwich in half like this? Like, we know he ain't eating this. Who perfectly cuts their chicken sandwich? And, man, they not fooling nobody, man. Where's the crumbs in your beard? He's not eating it. He wants you to go eat it. Look, he ain't even dipped this. He haven't even dipped nothing in this sauce. He haven't dipped nothing in that sauce. They just open it up. They put a little crumb on the tray, because this is a photo shoot. They put a little crumb on that tray. They put a little crumb here. They put a little crumb there. They told him to look down while they snapped the picture. Because watch this, man. You see? Like he was getting the fries out the bag. Acting like he was eating the fries out the bag. And acting like he's biting down on the sandwich. Same thing, man.
Let me warn you. I want you to follow. Because no matter what you think you might know, we will always be 1 step, 3 steps, 7 steps ahead of you. And just when you think you're catching up, that's when we'll be right behind you. And at no time will you be anywhere other than exactly where I want you to be. So come close. Get all over me, because the closer you think you are, the less you'll actually see.